Artificial intelligence, aka AI, continues to set the trend when it comes to the technology sector, but not just in tech, but also in cryptocurrencies. Okay. Now, I asked ChatGPT, what are 20 trends that you see for AI? Number one is AI driven automation across industries. AI will continue to automate a growing number of processes, especially in sectors like manufacturing, healthcare, and finances. Okay. Explainable AI, increased focus on developing AI models that can explain their decision-making processes, especially for sensitive applications. However, what I was looking for, and I was surprised that it was number 17, but this is good for me, super cloud storage for AI. As AI models require massive amounts of data, super cloud storage solutions will become critical for storing and processing large-scale data sets. Now, this is important. Why? Because AI uses a lot of storage, right? You have to train these AIs. And the reality of that is that because it's so complex and large, you need storage, okay? And so here's the thing. When I'm looking at this list, I know that everybody's talking about right now AI assistants, and some people are thinking that AI gaming or metaverse might be the next wave, and I think that they will. But when we talk about it in relation to the crypto sector, that's my focus. I'm looking at AI storage, okay? So 10 cloud storage cryptos by Trendsetter Crypto TV tiers list, all right? And this is on tiermaker.com. And let's get on to the first project, because this project I think is going to surprise a lot of people, right? Akash Network. Now, Akash Network is basically a super cloud spearheading a shift in cloud computing, but it's also a marketplace for Web3. And the reality is this: when we're talking about cloud storage and cloud computing and things like that, right? Akash Network, with it being a blockchain to create an open source decentralized marketplace for computing resources, is designed to disrupt the traditional sectors. We're talking about Amazon, right? That's right there on the list. We're talking about GCP, Azure. And Akash Network, you notice, is a lot cheaper than those competitors. And so this is a reality. So where do I see Akash Network in regards to, as a project, how it will do in the future? And we're talking about particularly, the 2025 bull run, but also 5 years from now. I think that Akash, when I think about it, as where it is as a project, I put Akash as an A tier, okay? I think it has potential to be an S tier. I think Akash is a project that, will definitely see its all-time high again. The market cap is very reasonable. And one thing I like about Akash is they're not focused on marketing. They're focused on the project itself. So I think Akash is going to do very, very well. Let's go to project number 2. Arweave. Now, Arweave's primary advantage or goal is an ability to provide permanent decentralized data storage, okay? And it utilizes a disrupted network instead of a blockchain. Arweave is resistant to censorship and single points of failure. Now, everybody knows that censorship has been a big topic the last few years, and Arweave wants to help to basically be censorship resistant, which is dope. Also, it's got proof of access for security, and unlike other data storage clouds where you have to do a pay-as-you-go or monthly payment subscription, with Arweave, you only make a one-time payment, okay? Now, that's a pro and a con. It's a con in the sense that, it may be more expensive, but it's also a pro that, you don't have to pay monthly. Here are the cons with Arweave's immutability. So once the data is stored or uploaded, it cannot be deleted. It will be there for life, okay? Also, scalability concerns as well. This project is a bit older, and we have newer projects that are out. Now, Arweave's all-time high is $88.44. It's currently at $15.78. And I think that Arweave is a great project. They have a good community, very bullish community. However, when I think about it the long term, I think that there will be other projects that will exceed it because the tech will continue to expand. I will put Arweave as a B tier. I do think that Arweave will have a phenomenal 2025 bull run. I think that this project is still valid. However, when we talking about this project, 10, 15 years from now, I don't really know, okay? But I do think that for the short term, this project is still going to do well. Let's talk about project number 3. Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, formerly known as Fetch AI, right? Also, you have Ocean's Protocol, along with Singularity that merged with them, and as recently, Kudos, okay? Now, artificial superintelligence doesn't necessarily deal with cloud storage per se. However, they do have storage for the AI agents. And artificial superintelligence, basically, they're trying to be a Web3 global collaborator, problem solver. Okay, what does that mean? So basically, they have a unified approach to AI development that could foster international cooperation and prevent single entity from gaining superpower, meaning that, a company like Meta or Apple or Microsoft, right? Those companies, they tend to, they have way more money than your average crypto company. You think about it, Apple is worth almost $3 trillion. Meta's worth 1.5. Microsoft is also worth 1.5 trillion, right? No single crypto entity is worth that outside of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin really doesn't have a team that is focused on developing or solutions. We know that Bitcoin was made anonymously by Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, who he is, that's still being debated to this day, okay? But I do think that Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, while they may not necessarily focus on cloud storage, I think that there is a pathway that could certainly be something that we see in the future, since now they're focusing on storage for AI agents, which have exploded in the crypto space, okay? And when you look at artificial superintelligence right now, the price is very, very low. Now, like I said, some people will argue with me and say that this doesn't really focus with cloud storage, but like I said, because they're Web3 space, I do think that it may be possible for them to move into that realm, okay? So when I look at ASI, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, where do I see them as a project? I think that as a project right now, if we're focusing on just data, then they're not S tier. I mean, as an AI project, they are S tier. If you focus on the other aspects of it, then yeah, right? So I'm going to give them a B tier for now. I do think that this project can make some waves. However, I think, they have a lot. There's high expectations with this project. Let's go to the next project. Project number 4, BitTorrent. And now some of you, this name might sound familiar. Wait, BitTorrent, the torrent website? Yes, BitTorrent, okay? They have rebranded themselves. I mean, they still deal with uploading and downloading, but they also are dealing with storage, where you can have fast uploads and speeds due to its peer-to-peer network, especially for large files, okay? So BitTorrent has a legacy. For those of you who were teenagers or young adults in the early 2000s, you may have used BitTorrent, right? Listen, I use BitTorrent to download, allegedly, music, you know what I mean? And look, they're also working with DPIN in their infrastructure. So not only is it going to be decentralized, but also you're dealing with scalability as well, okay? And when you look at BitTorrent right now, it's very, very reasonable. It's very cheap. I know my DGens love this. All-time high is a penny, okay? Now, BitTorrent, even though it has name recognition and all of that, it's a top 100 project, right? Can this have a phenomenal 2025 bull run? I think that for what it does, it's cool, but it doesn't really have the AI narrative like some of the other projects like Akash or Arweave or even Super ASA, artificial superintelligence, okay? However, I will put BitTorrent here as a C project because they do have name recognition and they do have other products out. I don't know if that'll ensure its future success, but I do think that in 2025, you can certainly make some money, investing in this project. Let's go to the next project. Edge Network. Now, Edge Network has been around for a while, and Edge Network represents a multifaceted platform that not only deals with cloud storage, but also it deals with Web3 as well, okay? And guys, I'm gonna play the video, let Edge speak for itself, and then I'm gonna chime in. Here we go.
The Internet was conceived as a global democratic communication network, a mesh of computers where information and power were equally distributed. This principle is under attack from all sides. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon are centralizing control, while powerful lobbying groups are working to undermine net neutrality. We are facing a future where you are the customer and the product of a network controlled by only a handful of global corporations. But what if we reverse this relationship? What if we collectively owned the network while also being the beneficiaries of the revenue that comes from its use? Introducing Edge, a decentralized network for cloud services built on top of our XE compute-native blockchain and committed to upholding the founding principles of the Internet by democratizing computational power, a fundamental shift in cloud computing services by enabling peer-to-peer collaboration on a massive scale. Our technology finds the closest and most appropriate hub of computational power and distributes tasks accordingly. Any device, from a smartphone to a supercomputer cluster, can join the network and sell computational power as a miner. On the opposite side of this transaction, platform users benefit from significant reductions in cost, enhanced security, rate flexibility, and cutting-edge performance. The technology is already here. The services built on top of the network have been in development for over a decade and are in production today. Edge is to the cloud what the cloud was to owned infrastructure. It's tackling a $2 trillion industry head-on.
$2 trillion industry. And that industry, guys, it's gonna be 20 trillion by 2030. Mark my words. That industry is gonna 10x easily, okay? And guys, when you look at this right here, you notice a pattern with some of these projects that they don't just deal with, cloud computing or cloud storage, but they also deal with other aspects, primarily Web3 or AI, etc., right? This is not by mistake. A lot of these projects, Edge included, are trying to be a Web3 marketplace, okay? And if you look at here, these are some of the popular cloud storage companies out. Google, of course, has a huge stronghold along with Amazon. Azure is very popular as well. But here you see that Edge is a lot cheaper, okay? Now, if you look at Edge right now, it's at 88 cents nearly. $1.36 was its all-time high, okay? And Edge really has ramped up ever since the election. You notice that before the election, right, Edge was basically at 7 cents. And look at it. It's gone up, almost 12x. Maybe even a little bit more, okay? So where do I see Edge? In the short term, I think Edge is going to do phenomenal. Not just in this 2025 bull run, but also the next. But where do I see Edge in the long term? I'm not sure. The fact is, Edge is a bit of an older project. And to me, it is a con that they're not listed on a major exchange yet, like a Coinbase or Binance. I'm going to give it a C. I think that this bull run will make or break Edge. If they're able to perform, great. I mean, it's performing good right now. However, I think that if they want to be taken seriously, they got to get on some of these exchanges, right? Because some of the competitors are younger projects, but they're already listed on exchanges and they're already showing improving, like Akash Network, for example, doing its thing, right? And whatnot. So time will tell how Edge will do, but I think that for now, in the short term, it'll be a project that'll be a gainer for sure. Let's go on to the next project. Filecoin. Now, a lot of you may be familiar with Filecoin. For those who are not, Filecoin is a decentralized storage system that aims to store humanity's most important information, okay? They had their initial coin offering back in 2017, and they had a phenomenal 2021 bull run. And also what they're doing now is they have the D-Store, which is built on Filecoin, okay? For the average normie user who doesn't understand decentralization and scalability and things of that sort. Let's play the video and I'll chime in.
The world of cloud storage is evolving rapidly, revolutionizing the way people safeguard, manage, and leverage their digital information as a vital asset. Amidst this rapid change, one thing remains crucial: your data. It's the lifeblood of your enterprise, and it demands a future-proof solution. Introducing D-Store, the world's first decentralized storage consultancy and marketplace. We're redefining how you store, manage, and secure your data. Our expert consultants navigate the complexities of Web3 for you, matching you with the ideal storage solution from a trusted network of top-tier verified providers, putting flexibility, cost efficiency, and unparalleled security at your fingertips. From contract to completion, we manage every step, ensuring your data strategy is airtight, so you can focus on your business. Recognized by pioneers in data and technology, D-Store is your gateway into the decentralized future of data storage. Ready for a change? Step into the future with confidence. Upgrade with D-Store. Visit dstore.com to get started.
Okay, and remember guys, like I said, D-Store is built on Filecoin, okay? And Filecoin, guys, is the biggest storage cryptocurrency by market cap currently. As I'm making this video, it's at $5.13. Its all-time high was $237.65, okay? If you've been buying throughout the bear market, you've been getting it at $5, $6, $8, even down to $4, okay? Can it hit that previous all-time high again? I don't see why not. The market supply is super duper low, right? It's very, very low. And at 513, why couldn't it go back up, right? And so when you start to look at the economy, it's listed on Binance here, it's on Coinbase. Yeah, you gotta love it. Now, where do I have Filecoin? I think Filecoin, guys, is gonna have a phenomenal bull run, and it's gonna even have a better bull run after the next one. It's all about growth and continuation of improving on set product, okay? So I'm definitely gonna put Filecoin as an S tier. I think Filecoin is gonna be a money printer, all right? Let's go to the next project. Project is Flux, which is a Web 3.0 platform, which is built on censorship-resistant nature. And of course, it deals with cloud storage, touting itself cheaper than its competition, okay? Let's take a quick look at the video, see what they gotta say, and then I'll chime in.
Is an operating system that lets developers interact with the Flux distributed computer network, Flux nodes. Flux nodes provide useful resources for developers to launch decentralized applications. There are 3 tiers of Flux nodes, which are laddered based on system requirements and collateral of Flux. In return for providing computational power, Flux node operators are rewarded a portion of the Flux network block reward. Flux acts as the master coordinator for launching applications and managing the resources of each Flux node to balance usage. Due to Flux's decentralized nature, applications are accessible at all times and at all locations with no single point of failure. Flux is used as the payment model for developers and users to buy computational resources on the Flux network. Want to run your application on Flux? If you can Dockerize it, you can put it on Flux. Simple, scalable, and affordable. Flux, the gateway to a decentralized world. Visit runonflux.io for more information.
Okay, guys, so that tells you what Flux is about, trying to do a bunch of different things, but we're looking at primarily the storage part of it, okay? Now, guys, Flux currently is at 57 cents. All-time high was $3.33. That was back in January of 2022, okay? So after the bull run, Flux had like an extended bull run into January where most coins were already kaput by November of 2021, right? Now, I do think, guys, Flux has really shown itself to be a resilient project, and it's doing its thing. And what do I rate Flux? I definitely put Flux as a B tier. I think that Flux can really continue to grow. I mean, it's at a robust, healthy market cap. The supply is very low. So I think that Flux can go even higher than the previous bull run. And for the short term, I think Flux is going to do well. That's why I'm placing it as a B. Will Flux be around in the future? Time will tell. Like I said, it's all about development. But Flux has been around since 2018. I think the next two bull runs will be an indicator of Flux staying power or not. And so B tier, guys, B tier is not bad. Let's be real. B tier is not bad because you're in between A and C, okay? And Flux has a higher likelihood of being an A tier after the next bull run or the next two. Only time will tell. Let's go to the next coin. Storj. Now, for those of you who've been watching my channel since 2021, I've been talking about Storj, right? Spelled storage, but pronounced Storj since 2021. And this is an open source cloud storage platform, basically uses a decentralized network of nodes to host users' data, okay? So basically, if you have some extra terabytes of space on your computer or laptop or what have you, you can become a node and earn rewards, all right? Now let's take a listen to the video and then I'll chime in.
Data has limitless potential, holding the power to cure diseases, end global hunger, transform our communities, and so much more. But here's the challenge. With more and more video content, connected devices, and AI innovation, massive amounts of data are increasingly being created and analyzed, far from where traditional data centers are located. And the only way traditional cloud providers can handle this explosive growth is by building more and more resource-hungry data centers. But is this sustainable? Cloud costs are skyrocketing, performance is lagging, you're still regionally limited, and the environmental impact of this approach is enormous. Storj does things differently. Instead of building isolated data centers and GPU clusters, Storj created an enterprise-grade, globally distributed cloud platform, leveraging spare storage and compute resources from all over the world to provide more durable, fast, and secure cloud storage and easy access to on-demand GPUs, enabling rapid innovation for all at the edge, while slashing your cloud costs by up to 90%. And by using distributed cloud services, you can dramatically reduce cloud carbon emissions by up to 83%. Innovate with the fast, secure, and more sustainable cloud. The future of data is Storj, the distributed cloud.
You heard what the lady said. The future is Storj, okay? Now, for you who are nature-minded, worried about cloud emissions or carbon avoidance, okay, Storj does that compared to traditional cloud storage centers. And one thing I like about Storj is that it addresses a problem that a lot of people, you know, in the tech sector that are dealing with cloud storage are worried about is, you know, in the future, guys, and I mentioned this in 2021, you're going to see them utilize various spaces like corporate residential areas or corporate areas and turn them into like these data centers, right? Or like you could see like malls that are dead now that are going to be converted into these massive data centers, right? And while this may sound good in theory, what about in parts of the world where, you know, you don't have access to that because the storage center somewhere in California, but you have somebody in the Amazons trying to utilize it, and they dealing with latency, okay? And I think that's where Storage is just ahead of a lot of these other projects. Now, its previous all-time high was $3.99. It's currently at 53 cents, right? And Storage, guys, has been around since, even before 2018, and it's still healed strong to form, okay? Now, where do I see Storage going? I think that it can beat its previous all-time high. I think that it can grow to a huge level with where AI is going because of all the data that's going to be used. And I feel that Storage can, in the future, compete with traditional legacy storage data providers as well, or cloud storage providers as well, okay? To me, Storage, guys, is a no-brainer. It's an S-tier project. I'm going to give you guys another thing that I'm excited about. This is a USA-based project, right? So if the Trump administration are going to give tax breaks to USA-based cryptocurrency companies, along with you getting a tax break for purchasing USA crypto, if you live in the USA, Storage is going to go boom. It's going to explode, all right? It might not explode to the three-digit levels in this coming bull run, but by the next bull run, it's going to be astronomical. So yes, I still have my little bag of Storage. I'm still looking at it. I'm very bullish about this project, and to me, it's a Super Saiyan when we're dealing with cloud storage projects. All right, guys, last but not least, let's talk about the last project. Last but certainly not least is StoreX, okay? Now, StoreX is basically a decentralized open source cloud storage platform. And I said, okay, cool. But then it caught my attention. This is built on the XDC network, okay? Let me say that again. It's built on the XDC network. And then it boggled my mind. I was like, what a Shreggy. Why hasn't anybody else talked about this? Let's take a look at StoreX intro video, and then I'll certainly will chime in.
The cloud data storage industry is projected to exceed $80 billion in the next 4 years as a result of the rise of apps, mobile devices, and growth across blockchain, IoT, AI, and e-commerce. The storage market is split between mainstream providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Dropbox, and Google, and the new, more technically secure blockchain-backed decentralized storage networks like StoreX. Though centralized storage is super convenient to use, being located at a central location gives enormous powers to your host, like snooping your data, restrict your data by censorship, disclose your data to third parties. Data could even be lost due to cyber attacks or hardware or network failure. Decentralized storage, on the other hand, is the collection of autonomous storage resources, governed by common storage management systems that provides rules about how data is to be stored. Since your data is never stored as a complete file in a single location, your data could never be snooped in or censored, disclosed to third parties, or even hacked. How does StoreX work? User can upload the file to the StoreX network using his unique login and password. In the background, the network generates a unique private key, encrypts file, and splits the files into multiple fragments, and distributes the files across independent nodes spread worldwide. To ensure redundancy, multiple copies of these fragments are created, which ensures that if in case a node is unavailable, the data fragments could be retrieved from alternative nodes easily. Whenever users want to retrieve the files, he simply uses his login and password, which activates the private keys in background and reassembles the files and enables access. Native StoreX tokens are used as the medium of payment in the network. Storage nodes are operated by individuals who have excess storage capacity and are rewarded native token StoreX. In return for storage leased out to the network, storage nodes have to keep providing proof of storage to the platform at regular intervals. StoreX platform distributed up to 80% of revenues collected from fees to storage nodes operators. StoreX also offers handsome rewards for staking StoreX tokens. So come be a part of Stork's network. Register at storx.tech.
Now, guys, this is huge, right? A open source, decentralized cloud storage platform built on the XDC network, the Ethereum killer XDC, the most slept on blockchain of them all. Oh, wow. This is gonna be major, okay? And guys, here's the thing. You can get 2 gigabytes for free, which I did, okay? Now, obviously, if you want to, use your business or enterprises, that's for businesses, you're gonna have to pay a lot more, okay? They're gonna charge you, but if you're a baller, you can afford this, okay? And so, guys, when I look at this project, right, its all-time high was $4.68. That is higher than some of other projects that I've mentioned. And this isn't even a top 100 project. It's a gem, okay? This project is a gem. It's right now a little under 10 cents, a sneer, right? It's at about 9 cents, $43 million market cap. And you look at the supply, right? The total supply is very, very low. So I'm very bullish on this project. And yes, I know it hasn't done anything since the last bull run. However, I think that this project can be massive just for off the fact, I'm gonna be real, that it was built on or is built on the XDC network, okay? So yeah, boom, this is S tier to me, all right? I'm putting this as an S tier project. I think that StoreX is gonna be a project that is gonna blow up in the future. Why? Because XDC is going to blow up, and I think StoreX is gonna blow up with XDC. It already has shown that it's a money earner. Its all-time high is 468, so it did very well in the last bull run, and even getting in it now, granted, I wish I would have known about this project at 3 cents, or even a penny. It was even a penny, but even getting into it now is a major way for it to be an earner. And I think that StoreX, like I said, can be a project that we will talk about for years to come, okay? Now, guys, this is my list. Let me know what you guys think, right? These are top 10. I think these projects, all of them, will have a great 2025 bull run, but I think some of them are going to have a better bull run than others, and some of them are going to have an even better bull run in the subsequent bull run, which is the 2028 bull run or 2029 bull run, whenever that next bull run happens, okay? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. It's your boy Jones. God bless, and I'm out. Peace.